This is Daily Armenia, ＳivilNet's daily news digest. Here's what's making headlines in Armenia today. Philanthropist and former Artsakh senior official Ruben Vardanyan has apparently addressed a statement to Prime Minister Nikol Pashinyan from the Baku prison cell where he has been held since last year. In a statement released today by his office that was reportedly dictated over the phone, Vardanyan insists he does not seek to interfere in Armenian domestic politics, while defending his 2022 decision to renounce his Russian citizenship and move to Nagorno-Karabakh. The war of 2020 and the ongoing threat to Artsakh was a turning point for me, as I have repeatedly stated openly and consistently. Since then, all my actions have been dictated by concern for the fate of Artsakh and its people. This comes in response to comments Pashinyan made during a press conference last month, where he questioned Vardanyan's motives for moving to Nagorno-Karabakh, saying answers were needed on the matter. Who sent him to Armenia? Who sent him to Nagorno-Karabakh? For what purpose? With what guarantees? What assurances? What promises? Pashinyan told reporters. Meanwhile, an article this week in the BBC's Russian service quoted the unnamed relative of another former senior Nagorno-Karabakh official detained in Baku, who said the family has received little assistance from the Armenian government. Observers have noted the government's relative inaction on the matter as it pursues a normalization deal with Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan acknowledges holding 23 ethnic Armenian prisoners, including 8 former senior Nagorno-Karabakh officials. Senior Armenian officials and Armenian human rights lawyers, however, say there is evidence dozens more Armenians are also held there. Armenia's top diplomat received a senior U.S. State Department official yesterday to develop the strategic partnership reached between the two countries earlier this year and outline next steps. Ararat Mirzoyan said at his meeting with Deputy Assistant Secretary of State Joshua Huck, "The relations between our countries have recently been evolving with intensive dynamics, enriched by new dimensions, building on strategic dialogue. We are keen to further enhance our active engagement in various domains," according to a statement from Armenia's foreign ministry. They also discussed issues related to the normalization process between Armenia and Azerbaijan, coming just days after Secretary of State Antony Blinken made separate calls to Pashinyan and Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev to urge a quick settlement. Mirzoyan encouraged avoiding artificial impediments on the way to signing a deal and reaffirmed Armenia's readiness to reopen regional communications. The United Kingdom's top diplomat has come under fire for describing Azerbaijan's attacks on Nagorno-Karabakh as liberation. Azerbaijan has been able to liberate territory it lost in the early 1990s. Foreign Secretary David Lammy wrote in a blog post earlier this week in the run-up to the first anniversary of Baku's complete ethnic cleansing of the region. His comments were swiftly condemned, with the opposition Conservative Party's Shadow Minister for Europe, Alicia Kearns, expressing her surprise and concern. This marks a significant shift in the UK's language and position. It's highly improper to change UK policy via a blog. Urgent clarity is needed as to why this comment was published, Kearns wrote in a post on the social platform X. She followed up with an additional post calling on Lammy to urgently clarify the government's policy on Nagorno-Karabakh, and that provisions must be made for displaced ethnic Armenians to resettle safely in Nagorno-Karabakh. His comment also appears to be a sudden shift for Lammy. During the ethnic cleansing last year, he said in a post on X, Nagorno-Karabakh Armenians must be guaranteed safety and dignity, and called for human rights and international law to be respected. Reporting yesterday, the British conservative news outlet The Telegraph quoted an unnamed Foreign Office spokesperson who said Lammy's post does not signal an official change in policy. The UK supports the territorial integrity of both Armenia and Azerbaijan and is encouraged by both sides engaging in meaningful dialogue. We will continue to support their commitment to lasting peace in the region, the source was quoted as saying. Check out our new investigation into the Robert F. Kennedy Human Rights Organization's partnership with an Azerbaijani government-funded center and its president Kerry Kennedy's photo op earlier this year with President Aliyev in Baku. We explore Aliyev's messaging supporting ethnic cleansing at their meeting and how it contrasts with RFK Human Rights' mission to ensure freedom of civic activism, hold leaders accountable, and speak truth to power. In addition, we bring you an explainer of just what exactly is the so-called Zangezur corridor, as Azerbaijan's demand for free access through Armenia's southern Sunnik region is often named, and break down the controversy around it. You can find links to these articles in the video description or on our website civilnet.am/en. And finally, the CivilNet number of the day is 4,473. That's the number of displaced persons from Nagorno-Karabakh who have applied for Armenian citizenship over the past year through September 5th, according to the government's migration service. 63% of those requests have been granted so far. And as always, please follow CivilNet for the latest news and independent reporting from our contributors on the ground here in Armenia.